But alright. This is going to be a ones tier list. Mainly, I think there's going to be a little bit of bias because I play Tom and Jerry. And I feel like I have very specific things that I have trouble with that not everybody else has trouble with. So to me, there's like an S plus, and then there's like A, B, C, right? Who's worse, LeBron or Taz? I think Taz. LeBron got some cheesy stuff, man. So let's do a rough placement of characters. I actually don't know how good Rain Dog is in ones. I feel like Finn is really good. I feel like that looks a little better. I don't know how good Steven is still. Steven's bugged. I need to have like a bugged tier. Steven's bugged. IDK where to put him. What do you guys think about Jake in ones? There's Jakes that do well in ones. With the nerf, well, I don't know if he's nerfed or bugged. That's the thing. I think Jake is solid. What's wrong with Steven? They like mess with his nair a lot. So we're gonna leave Steven here for this specific instance. I think Steven's pretty good. Bugged or non-bugged, I think he's somewhere over here. But we're gonna leave him here. These characters on the bottom, I just don't think they're that solid. I actually think Garnet has a lot going for her. But me personally, I feel like a big part of Garnet is, do you know how to punish the multi-punch into armor? And I think it becomes really easy after a certain point. I think that's one of her best moves. A lot of her specials are kind of slow. She has good survivability, but not like great recovery. So you know. I actually think Taz might be better than this. From playing TLTC a few times. The con of Taz, I think, can come with stages right now. Some stages, I think he's really good. Some stages, I think he's really bad. But the big thing is he just doesn't have range. He doesn't really have, like, multi-hits. But he has good advantage state. And one's advantage state is super, super big. It's a big part of why I like Finn's up here. I feel like Rain Dog could be better than this, but I just see no Rain Dogs. And when I do, they get bodied. So... We'll have to see. A tier, I think LeBron is super strong. I'm a LeBron believer. Not necessarily that he's OP, but he has a lot of really good confirms. His advantage state is really good. Like, he can kill a lot of characters at crazy low percents. His neutral kind of sucks, but in ones, you don't really need big hitboxes to command neutral. It's a lot more like slow and whiff punishy, which can help LeBron. It can hurt him because, you know, when he goes from LeBall to LaHands, his hands don't have great hitboxes, but he has good confirms without the ball. So he can kill pretty much a lot of the good characters at really early percents. This character is so cheesy. I think I should move him higher. Iron Giant is a menace. He's literally everywhere in ones. He got nerfed, so I kind of don't want to move him up just yet. But I think I play one of his best matchups, as in like worst matchups for him, and they still do good against me. So So I'm going to move Giant a little more up. And then I think Jake's just solid. Jake can out-neutral a lot of characters. His advantage state's really good. Really good survivability. And I feel like, you know, again, you don't really need to command neutral when it comes to ones. I feel like you can get away with being a little worse in neutral as long as you have a good advantage state. Jake has a good advantage state. So we already talked about Giant. So let's move on to Harley. I think Harley bomb is ridiculous. Not the attaching bomb, the Jack-in-the-Box bomb. Harley also has insane ground combos that are yet to be fully developed. And if she gets like a really good hit on you, it's pretty nuts. Like, jeez, man. So I think Harley probably has the best combo game right now. Velma's actually, she has good damage output. She has really good, she has decent projectiles. Like if you get the lock on, the chat bubbles are really good. Really heavy, has confirms. She just does it all. She's really good. Wonder Woman, she doesn't have a teammate to armor, but she still has really good hitboxes. She has really good mobility. Still really good survivability as well. It's pretty hard to fight her, in my opinion, just because her normals are really good. Not like crazy highs, but she's a very consistent character. And I think that's really important. Arya is a very good neutral character. She still dies really early, but she has good mobility, good hitboxes, she's fast. I think Arya as a whole, to me, she doesn't benefit as much as these characters do. And a big part of that could be survivability. Don't get me wrong, Batman's up here, but it could be survivability. I don't think her advantage state is that good, because when she has you like on the ledge, it's not that big of a deal. And overall, I think she could be better. I also think she could. I don't think she could be worse, but I think she could be better. Yeah, she does really good damage. That's the main thing. When she hits you once, she does really good damage, as long as you're fighting a good Arya. I want to see a little more people use the DI perk against Arya. I feel like it helps me out a lot, just to escape a lot of damage. Not necessarily like the kill moves, but the damage. I think that's a really big deal. And then Tom, I actually think Tom's insane in ones. But I think a lot of his setup can lose to somebody moving near him and dodging. And like I think dodge attacking is really good in ones, which is a big part of why I think Arya can move up. But I feel like Shaggy, for example, Shaggy can dodge attack a lot scarier than Arya can. He has really good simple confirms, good speed, good frame data, hard to whiff punish, armor on certain moves even when like he's powered up. I think Shaggy, to me, has only been getting better as the days have gone on. And I like kind of didn't want to believe it. But Shaggy is really good. Like if you're both at kill percent and he has rage, you're probably in a much worse state than he is, and that's a big deal. And he guaranteed gets one a stock, probably more. Another big thing with Shaggy is he'll hit you really far, and if he doesn't kill you, he gets powered up. So now you have to deal with powered up Shaggy, and that's tough. So Shaggy has a lot of pluses going for him when it comes to the match, or when it comes to the pacing of the match. Like even if you get the stock first, if he gets the stock second, he charges up. Yeah, it's really good. Bugs has 0 to 60 combos. Don't get me wrong, I think like even there's some situations Tom gets it and Velma gets it, but I feel like Bugs getting it off of his down air. I think his down air is really good. Good in a situation to dodge attack. He has Rocket with the Acme hole. He has Safe. He controls the map really well. But he has long cooldown, so he can't always be active. But you don't have to always be active in ones, you know, because he can still kind of just box people out. And then, of course, you know, he has really good advantage state. Shaggy kind of does too, like near the ledge. Bugs has really good vertical advantage state, as you can tell. He'll kill you vertically. We all know this. He can kill you randomly because he has really big projectiles. I think Bugs is super duper solid, but not as solid as the top three. Not as solid as the top three. Top three, to me, are clearly the best ones characters. Not even just at like my level of gameplay, but overall, I think they're the strongest characters when it comes to ones. Kind of for different reasons, but kind of for the same reason. So one thing that I've been finding that's really strong in ones is the ability to dodge attack. And how strong is it? Which, if you don't know what it is, it's pretty much dodging forward and what can you do after you dodge forward. So the general gist, you want a fast attack that leads into a really good situation. And all three of these guys have really fast attacks out of dodge attack that lead into really good situations. Finn and Superman can kill you really early, but the difference here is Batman has Batarang. And Batarang gives him neutral along with dodge attack. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Where Superman and Finn, they have really good normals. Most of the time, like, Superman has... he has the laser. Finn has his sword. Maybe like an apple or a gem, which isn't as good. But Batman has Batarang. And Batarang, to me, is like Jerry Slingshot on demand. But you're not putting Jerry on the line. You're just throwing a boomerang. And I think that's like a really, really big deal. So, to me, low-key. He had prep time. Low-key. So, for me, this is kind of where ones stand. We'll re-look at this list either on like the next patch or the next character release. Yeah, Batarang is nuts. Cause like he gets in and he puts you in disadvantage. He has a lot of weaken, but like Batarang will weaken you. It puts the bomb on you if I'm not mistaken. He has 5 weaken stacks on the way back. So yeah, this is kind of how I feel about ones. I think some characters can move up from this tier. But personally, I just feel like these 5 are really, really strong. And take this with a grain of salt. I do play Tom and Jerry when I play ones, so I don't get to play the same game as everybody else. I played a bit of LeBron too, but when I played LeBron, I literally fought 10 Finns in a row. I wish I was over-exaggerating. Literally fought 10 Finns in a row. So I only know one-on-ones from Tom and Jerry's perspectives and games that I've watched. So yeah. This is pretty much it. That's pretty much it.